Hello everyone, I'm Kha'ak, and that's also my screen name. So we ran a poll to see which race we would be starting a playthrough of X4 as last week, and the results are in. So the posted graphics, the one in the top left is from YouTube, and the bottom right is from Discord. Doing some basic math for the YouTube one because they wouldn't share the direct numbers with us. 35% of 26 is 9, 23% of 26 is 6, and 19% of 26 is 5. So if we add in our Discord votes as well, we wind up with 9 votes for Boron, 6 for Talati, 6 for Terran, and 7 for Paranid. I'm a little disappointed with the results, as I haven't done a Paranid playthrough yet, but I'm not super far into my Boron one, so restarting it's really not going to be too bad. I also really enjoy the way that the Boron stuff looks, so I'm not too sad about it. I had planned to use a random wheel to pick which start within a race we were going to use, but the Boron only have 2 starts, so we're actually going to go with the one with the more colorful avatar because I'm vain that way. We also need to establish parameters for our run, so this is going to be a mod-free run. Since it's a sandbox game, we also need to set up win-lose conditions. So our win condition is going to be when everybody on the map is either full allies, plus 30 rep, or dead, as in no Xenon or no Kha'ak. Lose conditions are going to be if we reach a point where there's no reasonable way for us to continue. If we lose all of our ships and stations and don't have funds to replace anything, we're going to also implement a rule for no save scumming due to lost battles or quests. So how it lies is how we do it. This is largely going to start out the same way as the A Solid Start for Beginners video, but it's going to be a little bit different due to starting location and race and quests. But for the most part, the very first episode is going to be very similar to our beginner walkthrough, just from a Boron start instead. If you guys learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, so we want our start as Queen's Herald.
With the successful connection of the Kingdom End jump gate, we are once again reunited with
Oh, they changed, okay.
With the
yeah, I like the blue.
With the successful connection of the Kingdom End jump gate,
alright.
The Alliance of the Word shall be our aid, and Expedition Leader Numankaret shall guide you. My heralds, reach out to the very deepest corners of the gate network and deliver our message. The Queendom has returned.
Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. It's not a bad quote. Jimi Hendrix, apparently. Alright, here we are. So we're going to go ahead and pause. And we are going to work on... We're going to work on setting up our normal stuff that we would at the beginning of a save. I will try to put in some timestamps to skip if this isn't something that you're interested in. If it is something you're interested in, then by all means go ahead and stay in here. Alright, so there's our name, our organization name, and I changed our icon to the channel icon. We're going to go down to global orders, and we're going to set up some orders for our ships. So global response to attacks, they're going to use default and judgment, that's fine. Notify me when an incident occurs. Notify when it occurs, but otherwise ignore. Military ships, we're going to also ignore. If you set them to claim if possible, they will destroy it trying to get into it. So it will receive damage. Whereas when we claim it, it doesn't receive any damage, so I would prefer to do that myself. Found lockbox, we're just going to ignore regardless of who they are. Okay, we want them to escape and deploy laser towers, unless they're military, in which case they're going to attack. Found contraband, destroy dropped crates, destroy dropped crates. No point dealing with it. Comply, and comply. And I don't care, because they're going to check our traders fairly frequently. Alright, so that's good for this section. Now we need to make some trade rules. So our first one is going to be, and probably only one, honestly, is going to be self only. And it's going to be default for trade stations, and station supply, and sale of ships. We're going to restrict all factions except ourselves. We're going to save it. And then for our blacklists, we're going to have sector travel. Okay, so no hostile travel. And this is for civilian ships. And we do not want them to traverse dangerous regions owned by enemies. And that's all. We're going to do a new list. And this one's going to be no hostile trade. And this one's going to be for sector activities, sectors owned by enemies. And this is going to be a default for civilian ships. So the idea here is even if we have no hostile travel on, if we have no, if we don't have no hostile trade, they will go into the system. They won't travel through a system that's hostile, but they will travel to a system that's hostile to trade with somebody who's not. And seeing as this is a constantly shifting simulation, there are occasions where you might be at odds with someone there that owns the system, but not with the person you're trading with. So that's why we set this up. With both of those on, we're good. All right, fire authorization we're not going to worry about, and alerts we're not going to worry about right now. All right, we should be good to get going.
Renowned friend.
Greetings, reputable friend. What will you do with your new ship after our herald duty?
I will continue my journeys to visit all the different communities, make countless new friends, and learn about their customs. I intend to write a journal about my travels, to inform our kin about the wonders of the world beyond the queendom, and delight their curiosity.
That does indeed sound most fabulous. My curiosity is already stimulated. I am anticipating great delight in reading your journal.
What are your plans?
I will gift the ship to my sibling. He is embarking upon a significant step in his life, which calls for a celebration.
That is very kind of you.
Oh, y'all don't want to know what I'm doing?
Announcement for the heralds. Her Majesty Queen Polyphides will now see you. By the grace of Her Majesty, Queen Polyphides of the Queendom of Boron, you have been granted an audience. May I announce our honored guest, Kha'ak, representative of the Alliance of the Word, the Queen's Herald. I present Her Majesty, Queen Polyphides.
I welcome you, honored representative Kha'ak, and of course, my pioneering heralds. The task entrusted to you is no less than the reintegration of the Queendom into its place within the galactic community. The Alliance of the Word has offered its aid in this endeavor, and so it falls upon Kha'ak to lead you, my heralds, to the farthest corners of the Gate Network.
I'm truly honored to be entrusted with this mission.
My heralds, you carry a message of Boron camaraderie. Seek out others wherever they may be found. Seek friendship and understanding. Most vital of all, be kind. All we have in this endless universe is each other. Be not discouraged if you face harsh words or cynicism. Be understanding, for Boron kindness has been absent from their lives for so long. Create a beneficial ripple throughout the known systems. May starlight guide you in your duties, and on completion of your mission, we bestow upon you the gift of these ships. May they bring you fulfillment and accomplishment in your voyages thereafter. We bid you farewell, brave heralds, and wish safe travels upon you.
This concludes the royal audience. Our honored guests, you are invited to hold your inaugural mission briefing at the designated venue.
Please follow me. We must indeed proceed with the mission briefing.
Alright. I love the way these ships look. They are absolutely gorgeous. I don't much care for the Boron ship mechanics. I do want to try to build an experimental fleet to see if we can't make some way of getting them to work well. But in the beginning, we're actually going to be going after the old tried and true ships, just because we know what we are getting out of them.
Before we commence with business matters, may I say that it is a great honor to work with you heralds on your royal mission. My part is to provide you with the necessary information for your mission manager, and to monitor your progress. Other than that, I will contact you should the need arise. Please make yourself familiar with your mission manager by activating the training mission we have prepared.
So in our map, our mission manager is going to be this guy here. And we have our mission. So we can see we need a vital Bofu delivery, which is going to unlock our player base. And then we've got the debriefing with this guy here. And it looks like they're tied together. Oh, yeah, it's the subplot here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and set that to active. Does it tell us how much we need? No, it just says a shipment of Bofu. So of course it does. Why on earth would they do anything useful for us? So the Boron ships are interesting. They are exclusive. Like, you can't slot other people's equipment on their ships, and you can't slot Boron equipment on other ships. I'm not super familiar with them. I know their mechanic is they do reduced damage comparatively, but they do a little bit of an almost restraining, like a snare kind of an effect as well, which is cool. But I want us to stick with doing things that we're familiar with and ships that we're familiar with, and we will experiment with these later. They are absolutely gorgeous ships, though, and definitely bear checking out. So does it want us to pick it up or go... No, it wants us to deliver it, but we need to get it. So you know what? Let's stop at this one instead. We're going to start guidance to object. And we're going to manually fly because the ship doesn't do a real great job on autopilot of taking you where you want to go, the way that you want to go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and boost our way where we need to go.
Very nice and professional.
Ah, smooth. So we started out in a ship. We were docked to a large ship. So we weren't able to scan for the initial mission, and I don't think that we're going to need to because the Bofu delivery is to the player headquarters. So that's why we didn't stop and do the scanning stuff. Yeah, their ships are absolutely gorgeous.
Ray.
Their stations are really pretty too, and that's something that we're definitely going to be doing the whole way through. Not as smooth as the first transition, but it still worked really well. Didn't overshoot. I'm impressed. Now this is where the Kha'ak are, or at least they were. So I'm not sure. We kind of have to go around to stay out of danger. This is going to be a little awkward. We'll see how it goes. So we're setting our maintain speed in menus to on. That should always be set to on. And normally I play this on my laptop, so the desktop is getting its workout. And I had not already changed that for this. Completely spaced it. So that's why we stopped when I opened the menu. And that's something that when we collect our ships, we really don't want to happen. That will get us killed. Yeah, so this is where, in order to stay out of the danger zones, we're going to have to fly around it. Yeah, we're still going through the hazard. Maybe we should have just flown straight. And did I get it? Kind of?
Entering system. Great Reef.
Barely. Barely. So we'll drop a satellite at this trade station. Just for future use. Oh man, the sliding on this is nuts. Yeah, our first major purchase is going to be a docking computer for sure.
It is of the utmost urgency that this modest Bofu delivery arrives at my facility. I have marked a Bofu chemical lab station, which sells Bofu. But feel free to find a more lucrative trade source.
Mission interrupted. New mission.
Oh, come on. They sent us all the way out here just to go back. And now it tells us 50 units. Ah, there's a wharf here. Because we need to pick up some people anyway for our picking up of the ships. Yeah, I like that little circle meeting up. It shows you which angle you're actually going. That's nice. They really did streamline quite a bit for flying. I keep forgetting we don't have a docking computer. I've gotten so lazy with the docking computers. Oh, perfect. You can only buy 50. Oh, yeah. But it's more. It costs more than... whatever. That's wasteful, but we'll do what they want us to for now. Since this thing flies like a bus, I'm actually going to abuse the autopilot. Just that we stop where we're supposed to.
Successfully docked.
Alright, so now that we're here, we can upgrade and repair our ship. And we can go to people. And we can set maximum crew. Alright, that is going to make our life so much easier because now we can make them dock us. And when you do the quest coming the other way, it's really easy to claim Watchful Gaze. Coming this way, not so much. Because everything's already open. Somebody will probably move in and take it long before we're ready. But that's alright. If I remember right, it's somewhere over here. Oh, yep, there it is. I wasn't too far off. Not bad from operating from memory. And Watchful Gaze only goes between Heretic's End and Barren Shores, so we know this is the right one. Because it's not the one we came from. And here is where we didn't purchase our... oh, wow. SCA's here. The scale. We didn't purchase a docking computer. So we're actually going to make the NPCs do it for us. Because this thing drives like a bus, and I don't want to deal with it. Congratulations, you're the captain now. I forgot to assign a captain. That's my fault. And he's probably going to request our attendance.
Wonderful! The Bofu has arrived. Please visit me in my laboratory.
Yep.
Ah, yes. My beloved Bofu. Indeed you did.
The Queen sent Bofu?
Her delightful majesty. Yes, well, not quite the Queen. I may have hijacked your mission communications a tad, just to imbue this delivery with some alacrity. However, the Bofu shipment is very much appreciated. Incidentally, your biosignature indicates somewhat elevated stress levels. Fret not. I shall assist you by extricating my intervention from your mission communications. Indeed, I see you are behind on a number of very important royal duties.
So that's it?
There might be something. As you are well aware, I am considered by some to be the most consequential scientist living today. Not only have I demolished paradigms in 3 unrelated scientific fields, but I was instrumental in connecting a jump gate to Kingdom End.
Bozo who? I've heard.
I seem to spend far too much of my time managing this recently acquired research facility. This is a distinct inconvenience. To fully submerge myself in my studies, I seek an assistant to manage my affairs, mainly this station. Considering the faith Her Majesty has in your abilities, perhaps you might be a suitable candidate. With your sufferance, I have transferred control of the facility into your responsible care. This installation is equipped for habitation of all races, and this room seems to be some sort of research area. I expect I could spend years poring over the data contained in these systems.
Anything I can help with?
I have already made some progress. There appears to be several things we can research at this facility. Please take a look.
The very first thing we are going to research is teleportation, because that is probably the most useful thing out of this station. Start research. 2,000 energy cells and some advanced electronics. That's not too bad. We are, however, going to have to set up some way to get them here.
There is much to do. I personally find mention of this teleportation irresistible, but I leave it up to you to decide what we research first. Please note that these research items have certain requirements.
So this is something that we normally do much later. Well, not necessarily much later, but we normally do this later and not right away. Just because we want to get the other ships rolling. But in this particular case, we want to do this right away because it's on the way. And because we can get our teleportation unlocked without having to be present. Yeah. See, we can't actually store this stuff for the research. That's a problem. So we're going to have to build a storage container onto this thing first. So we're going to go to plan build. And we want a container. A small container's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. So right now we're operating under we're not going to buy anything. And we're going to have to fix that. And there's that Z-Way elephant right nearby. And we can't hire him. And we haven't really been anywhere else. So that's a bit of a problem. It looks like we're not going to be able to build that right away. So we're just going to carry on. So our next goal is actually going to be to pass into Morningstar. And then Hatikvah's Choice. In an effort to run the belt. Which, if you've watched the Solid Start for Beginners video, is what I generally do first, regardless of who I'm on. We do need to keep an eye out on the radar down here for builders, because we can hire one from elsewhere and send him up. Oh, there's one from Argon. Alright, let's see if we can get him to do it. Alright, so we've got him hired. That cost us 50 grand, which is most of our money, but he's there. The estimated price to buy the rest of the stuff is more than what we have, but that's alright. It's a start. Alright, and now we're on the belt. So I will rejoin you after we've made our entire lap. And it's actually convenient that we start in Hatikvah's Choice because that's where we're going to end to get the free ship. Alrighty, so we made it all the way around the loop. And we are docking at Hatikvah to get our free ship. Now, one of the other nice things about our trip around is we got to see a lot of people. So if we look now, we can see most of who's available. Alright, so I'll have to talk to Hatikvah. Alright, so there's our Hatikvah accepted. So now we go and talk to Reen. Alright, so we're going to head towards the northeastern corner of Silent Witness. So we're going to want to put a point here. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to oust this guy. And do it ourselves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in this general vicinity. Yep, there it is. We can already see it. Oh. Well, we might be able to clip it at the top. Eee. Yeah.
Hyperion Gravidar signature.
Stop commandeering my point.
Empty space.
Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and scan. So we're going to do Shift 3. We're going to hold down R. And release. And we're going to see what there is to be seen. Wreck. Bunch of wrecks. Ah, there it is.
Perseus, Vanguard.
Okay, so we need to make sure that we cancel anything going on with the ship so that they don't try to move us. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time getting back in because we don't have our teleportation yet. We're going to do our Shift 2 so that we can see our point. It's usually by the hang... Oh, I think I see it. Yep, it is now ours. So we can grab another person off of here. Go into information. We're going to grab you, and we're going to send you to our brand new Perseus Vanguard as the captain. And then we're going to take our brand new Perseus Vanguard. I'm going to zoom way the hell out. And take you down to Trinity Sanctum's Paranid Wharf. We're going to have you upgrade and refit. We're going to downgrade everything to the cheapest possible thing that we can get. Okay, so that's going to give us 700 grand. We're going to go ahead and confirm that. And then while he does his thing, we're going to go and get back in the Flying Fish. I'm not familiar with where you get back in on this ship, so I requested docking on my own ship just so I could get the little green lines. So we're going to make 700 grand just off of stripping that other ship, and then we're going to make more still when we actually sell the other ship. And we're going to use that money to buy ourselves a Pegasus, And we're going to use that to go after a big ship that's going to make a lot of money and allow us to get some miners and some traders going. And possibly finish our project to unlock teleportation. That way we wouldn't have had to suit our way back to our ship. We could have just teleported straight into it. So now this should have nothing on it. And we should be able to sell ship.
Hatikvah's choice.
For an extra 180 grand. Okay, so we're gonna want... we're not gonna be able to afford the Mark III. There's no way. Alright, you know what? That's good. That's good. That's real good. I love the design on this one's armor. It looks like a maze almost. This quest line goes further, and it's actually worth following up on because you can get some neat unlocks from it. And a cool contact. And this guy.
Captain, good to see you back.
Doll. You need him for multiple
Things
other
went
race
smoothly, I
quests.
This is Dalbasta. He's been helping us in our efforts to expand our business.
That's one way of putting it.
As you may have heard, a Hatikvah freighter was destroyed earlier today. It seems that the Scale Plate Pact don't like the idea of us going clean.
Unfortunately, this is what happens when you act on bad intel.
That's something we're looking to improve on. If you're willing, I'd like you to help us. Our goal is to break all ties with Scale Plate, while making sure they don't continue harassing us.
Easier said than done, but with the right preparation, I'll have them eating out of your hand. I'll be on my ship. I look forward to working with you.
Alright. We'll
He's
worry about
nothing
him
if not
later.
confident. So, what do you say?
I'm in.
Glad to hear it. I'll let Dal know. Just follow his instructions and you'll be fine. Why don't you go chase Dal down? I'm sure he'd want to show off his ship.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
Pegasus, Vanguard.
Alright, so right now, we need to make sure that we have everything canceled for our personal scout. And then we're going to come down to Holy Vision. We're going to go through the gate right here. And we need to be driving for this bit.
Pegasus, Vanguard.
Alrighty. And here we are, getting ready to go into hostile space. So from here, at the end of this belt, is our next point of interest. Oh, we got way closer to that than I meant to. I didn't realize they had a defense platform right friggin' there. It's almost like they're prepared for people doing exactly what I'm doing. We just gotta hit blue and keep moving. Ain't nothing gonna catch us at 7 grand. Well, the autosave doesn't help. Really awkward timing.
Entering faulty logic.
Oh, it killed our speed. Alright, we should be okay. We should be okay. So we're going to swing out wide and then over here. We have to swing out wide because there's some mines and things. Alright, so we've got our line set up. We're going to shift just a little bit here. What's that?
Unknown ship.
Ah, perfect. There she be. The Odysseus Vanguard. So once we scan this guy, this becomes ours. We can dock on here and then fly this guy out of here.
Odysseus, Vanguard.
Wow, this is like way out further than it was last time. I guess it shifts a little bit, but it's still in the vicinity, so it's not a huge deal. So we can have him dock and wait there, which is why we left him as a pilot. Your ships will wait for you before undocking if you're on the same ship or station? No. Your current ship will wait for you when the relieved pilot takes over? No. Okay, with both of those off, we shouldn't have to keep constantly telling them to carry on with orders anymore. They should just do it. So if we take off, he should come with us. So we're going to swing way down this way, because I have encountered, and actually, well, I just said we're not going to save scum, so we're going to pray that we don't hit a fucking asteroid, because that's going to really shoot the plan in the foot. Alright, so we need to line up that defense platform with the gate.
Superhighway, faulty logic. 1.
And that should put us on a pretty solid approach. I do want to keep the defense platform to our right. I don't want to get close enough for it to actually try to engage. Alright, we are going to use this gate to try and get up to about here and then cut straight across. Just so that they don't try and outpace us after we go through. Here they come. Oh shit, I forgot these things can't use the gates. I may have just screwed us. Trying to give the turrets a good angle on them. I don't know, guys. This is gonna be tight. No, 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 they're catching up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Do not, for the love of God, hit scrap. Ooh! Well.
Entering system. Fully vision.
That'll make your toes curl, eh? Alright, now we're more or less safe. That is a defense drone, and he is screwed, and I am okay with that. So now we need to find where their large ship seller is. And I want to say it's over here somewhere. Since we can actually dock and sell with this one. I completely forgot that these guys can't go in the lanes. That was almost really, really bad.
Turret component factory.
Especially since we said no saves coming. That would have been so bad. Like, almost restart the run bad. Oh, sweet. It had a docking computer. That saved us some time and effort. Well, we lost all of the combat drones, but that's alright. Because I don't think we would have gotten the ship if we didn't. So we're getting 3 million just off of the upgrades. And that's going to take 2 minutes. But while it does that, we're going to go and get on our personal scout.
Pegasus, Vanguard.
And we're going to use that to jet up over here to buy some ships. Actually, we don't have to be there to buy the ships. Alright, so we can actually use this to get started getting the split built up. We're going to have it dock and wait for us at Heretic's End, and we're going to send our personal scout up to Heretic's End as well. And then we can buy ourselves some miners over here to get going in the Paranid area. But yeah, this is a really good spot to stop. We got both the ships that we were after. We got our, well, actually, we got all 3 of the ships we were after. We sold 2, bought an extra 1. And we're going to have the funds that we need to purchase some miners, some small miners, to get some rep farming going. That'll put us in a really good spot to keep working on Hatikvah, because we need Dal to be... Eventually, Dal will move in at your player headquarters. And he needs to be there to do, like, the Paranid quest if you're not Paranid. He needs to be there for multiple quests if you're not that race. So... we want to get the Hatikvahs running so that we have access to all of those quests. The Terran quest and what have you. But yeah, so I figure we're in a pretty good spot. We got both of our ships. We got the ring discovered. We still have quite a bit that's missing down in here, but that's alright. We'll work on that later. We got our storage started for our research. Okay. So we just need to give it some more funds. And we've got those now. We have plenty enough funds to do what we need to do. So we're going to come up here to people, and we're going to come down here to account management, and we're going to accept all estimates. So that's going to take about 120 grand. But that's okay. Because we've got a little over 3 million, and we're about to get a bunch more. But yeah, here we are. We're in a really good spot, especially for the first session. So if you guys learned anything useful, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.